AnibalShow.com.
The Committee for Good Government, your mission and your goals is the embodiment of conservative philosophy. And what I mean by that is that the idea that government best serves the people when it is local. That's extremely important to those of us who come from a conservative background. And so I'm proud to support your mission and your goals. And those of you who are working in the community, working to make a difference, to affect change on those issues that affect you and your families directly, that is something to be very proud of. And that is something that all of you should certainly continue to do. And I know as I talk to people in this room, I haven't met one person in this room that's not going to leave here tonight and go out and talk about this election and the issues that are going on in this campaign. And that's going to be extremely important. And I will tell you that if I am your next member of Congressman, I will work with you and I will support you so that you can continue to make those decisions locally and you don't have people in Washington and people in Atlanta making those decisions for you. Now, to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm born and raised in Middle Georgia, where my mother was a nurse. I met a nurse here earlier who had retired from the VA. My father was in the military. They were truly wonderful people. I was very blessed with the parents that I had. Unfortunately, I lost them both a little too early in life. My mother was killed when I was 15 years old by a driver who was high on drugs while she was walking with our pastor's wife. My father, who had been disabled since the age I was 5 and had to retire from the military, passed away when I was in school. And I had a grandmother who I cared for 9 years with dementia. Now, my family was extremely important to me, and I know how difficult it can be sometimes with the constraints that we have with our family and trying to fight and try to make a living, especially in this economy that we have now. But what I did was I put myself through school. I working full-time most of the time. I have a BA in political science. Dr. Walker, you and I talked about that earlier. I also have a master's in public administration, I have a master's in business, and I have a law degree. And I did this by the age of 25, so you all don't think that I was a perpetual student. But it was important to me to have that solid education because I think it's extremely important in our country to have that background. And I also knew that I didn't have a safety net, so I had to be prepared. And while I was working and going to school, the other thing that I was doing, because it was so extremely important to me, was I was working in the grassroots of the Republican Party. I'm a conservative. I worked in the grassroots of the party since I was 15 years old. I don't come to you and profess to be a Republican for the sake of running for office. I believe in those values. I have walked that walk, and I'm not just talking that talk. And I'm going to take that to D.C. because I believe that our future is going to be best served if our future is based on our founding principles. And that's limited government, fiscal responsibility, individual freedom, traditional American values, and a strong national defense. I believe we absolutely have to continue to be proactive on the war on terror and do everything we can to preserve freedom in this country. I also believe, as it relates to our economy, that we have to reduce spending, we have got to balance the budget, we've got to cut the debt. We have got to grow jobs. We cannot grow jobs in this economy if we do not reduce taxes, if we do not make a change to the burdensome regulations that are holding back our small businesses. We have got to get government off the backs of job creators. Growing jobs is #1 issue in this election. As I travel around, what I'm hearing from people is they're not looking for politics as usual. They're looking for transformational policy solutions. And so I encourage you to take a look at my website where I've recorded a number of videos, long videos, extensive policy videos for those of you that are interested in hearing more than just 2 lines from a candidate. I also would like for you to take a look at my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, where we are very active. One of the things that I've been doing in this campaign is holding listening sessions in different parts of the district, because I think too often when we're running for office, whether you're already in office or you're someone running for the first time, you spend so much time talking. And the key to being a representative is listening. You've got to listen to people in the district so you know how to vote when you go to Washington. So I encourage you, if you have the opportunity to come out to one of the listening sessions that we have, to please contact me, email me with any questions or any issues you would like for me to consider. And then finally, I'm asking you for your vote tonight. And I'm asking you, because I know you're active members of the community or you wouldn't be here tonight, to get out and talk to people about this campaign. We have an opportunity to truly make a difference here in this new 12th congressional district, but we can't do that by resting on our laurels. It's going to take all of us out there working extremely hard. So thank you all. I ask you for your prayers as we travel around this big district, and it is a big district, and God bless you all.
My name is Roy McLeod. I'm a native of Augusta, Georgia. I grew up right around the corner off of Walton Way in the neighborhood of Brentwood, and moved over to Branchboro. Graduated from Westside back in 1982. After graduation, I was lucky enough to earn an appointment to attend the Naval Academy. Graduated in '86, selected aviation, and went down to flight school down in Pensacola. Did pretty well in flight school, selected to fly the F-14 Tomcat, which was the Top Gun airplane. And I flew, if you remember the movie, I was Goose in the back seat of the Tomcat. No question that you all have, and you know what, I believe in the Constitution that you would expect. I'm a retired naval aviator. I believe in the rule of law. I believe that our ultimate rule is the Constitution, and I believe that our government, our federal government, hasn't followed that rule. I want to be your congressman so that I can ensure, or try to ensure, that we do follow that rule. I believe in smaller government. I believe that the national government is way too big. I believe that our founding fathers envisioned a small national government. I believe in the 10th Amendment. We all know what the 10th Amendment, if we go back to high school, remember, the 10th Amendment says if that government, if that power is not given specifically to the national government, then it belongs to the states. I don't believe our national government has complied with that at all. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe that the federal government's primary focus is a strong national defense. I also believe, when I look at my three daughters, that unless something changes, they're in big trouble. I'm a big student of history, and I know that great nations come and go. All you have to do is read the Bible or read a history book, whether it's Egypt, Greece. My goodness, Greece has come and gone and come, and it looks like it's going to go again. It's the Roman Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the British Empire, they were all great nations. And I look at our country and I go, is it possible that our nation is going to go the way of Greece on my watch, when it's my generation's turn to answer that call? I'm just not going to let that happen. I don't believe in the direction that our country is going. And I believe that I can make a difference. I've never run for political office. Well, that is not entirely true. I have run for political office before. Westside High School, class of 1982, president, right here. Okay? I unseated a 2-year incumbent. I have never lost an election. And I don't intend to lose this one. Along the way in the Navy, I was fortunate enough to go to Georgetown University. I got a master's in foreign policy from the School of Foreign Policy up in Georgetown. After retirement, or actually in between my active duty status and reserves, I went back to the University of Georgia School of Law. I'm a real estate attorney. We have an office here on Tobacco Road. We have an office out in Evans. And we have an office in, our main office in Evans, one on Wheeler Road and then one on Tobacco Road. I am not practicing law right now. I have dedicated my life, my wife's life, my children's kind of half of their lives to this campaign. I miss serving my country. I served my country for 20 years. I miss the feeling that you have when you serve your country, when you go to bed at night, that you believe, that I believe, that what I had done that day mattered. I was lucky enough to serve in combat in Desert Storm, 53 combat missions. You know, I look back on it, and I am very proud of what I've done. What you're hearing tonight from these candidates is relatively the same. What we believe and what we are telling you is the same. What's different about us are the choices that we've made to get here. What do I need from you? Your encouragement, your support, and your vote. Very busy election year. We know we have our presidential primary March 6th. Everything is starting to heat up here in the state of Georgia. July 31st will be our local elections. We'll also have, that will be the first primary for the congressional elections of the 12th district. With 4 candidates, there will likely be a runoff. That will be August 21st, and then I will ask again for your vote on November 6th. My name is Wright McLeod, and I look forward to earning your support. Thank you very much.
We have a great opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, here in the new District 12. As a legislator, I was in special session back in August, where we drew the new lines for all the congressional districts. The great state of Georgia also gains a new congressman, where we have currently 13, we'll have 14. Here in the new 12th, we have a great opportunity to take over this seat as a Republican. We have it now to where it's a 58 to 59% Republican district. This area takes in 19 counties. And ladies and gentlemen, what I'm excited about is that where we are, Columbia County and Richmond County, make up 50% of the population of this district. We have a great opportunity to have a congressman here in this area. We also have the largest base for this district. The rest of the district is just good, solid, rural farm counties. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what I do for a living. I'm a farmer and a businessman. We live on Louisville Road in Grovetown, Georgia, where we have farm to farm that's been in our family for 3 generations. I grew up as a dairy farmer, and now I do coastal Bermuda hay and wheat straw. Over the years, I have had the honor to serve as a school board member, as a county commissioner, and now as a legislator. Ladies and gentlemen, I love helping people that want to help themselves. We must take the skills and the knowledge that we have gained here in the great state of Georgia and this community to Washington. We in Georgia are one of only 8 states in the great United States that are AAA bonding rated. I have the experience of balancing the budget on the school board, county commission, and state representative, balancing their budget. It's law. It's no reason whatsoever the federal government shouldn't balance the budget. We have to get back to the basics. We have to get back to what the forefathers meant for this country to run on. Less government. Do for ourselves. Take care of each other. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to strengthen our defense, our law enforcement, and our fire departments to protect us. This is what government is all about, to protect us. I'm sick and tired of hearing stories over and over about people in line at the grocery store, getting food with welfare. Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing a bill right now in Atlanta that anyone that has a welfare check will have to be drug tested. We also, we must take opportunities like this and take it to Washington and get back to the basics. I've also been blessed to live with a lady for over 30 years, the love of my life. She is here with me on Valentine's night. I'm glad to be able to bring her out and have supper. My wife is here, Donna. Please stand. We've had the honor that the Lord has blessed us with two beautiful children, Ben and Katie. And we have the honor to be able to be a representative in Columbia County. But I would like to be your congressman in the new 12th. I'm sick and tired of hearing stories of people going to the emergency room where someone has a $300 pair of tennis shoes on, $200 pair of blue jeans on, tattoos all over the body, and we have to pay for it. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm fed up with it. I know you are. We got to get back to the basics. We must do what's right. We must balance the budget. We must stop spending. We must cap spending. This is just a few of the reasons why I'm running for Congress. We need to get the federal government under control. But we have a great opportunity to do this with the new District 12. Ladies and gentlemen, it'll be July the 31st here before you know it. We will be all on the campaign trail this summer. But I just asked you to go on the website, look us up, voteleeanderson.com, and join the team so we can take America back, so we can take Georgia back, and let us get back to the basics. Let's get back to less government. Let's take care of ourselves, and let's let the veterans be taken care of. Let's take care of the people that's overseas, that's protecting our freedom. Let's strengthen our borders. Let's get back to what we really mean government should be. Thank you. I just ask you for your vote and support. Anytime. Don't hesitate. Give me a call. My number is 706-394-1812.
Again, I'm Rick Allen. I was born and raised in Columbia County, Farm. I went to Evans High School and graduated there when it was not fashionable. It was in 1969, and we were a very rural area at that time. But I wouldn't give anything for growing up on that farm. My mother and dad were farmers, and they got in the education business, and of course built that great school system. Had a part in building that school system in Columbia County. I went to school at Auburn, and finished there with a degree in building construction. I met my wife in Auburn. Robin, would you stand? This is my wife, Robin. Robin. Robin and I have been married 38 years, and after we were married, we came back to Augusta, and I worked 3 years here for a company. And then in 35 years ago, we took what little savings we had and started a construction business here in Augusta. A lot has happened in that 35 years. Most of you in this room probably know the company, R.W. Allen. We've been privileged to do a lot of nice things in this community. And that has been a great run. Let me tell you, why I'm running for Congress. I'm a businessman, and I've seen what Washington has done to the small business, and not only in this community, throughout this district. The regulatory burden is almost sometimes impossible to deal with. The tax code is not fair in everything. Let me tell you what I believe in. I'm a lifelong conservative Republican. I believe in Second Amendment rights, guaranteed to bear arms. I am a lifetime member of the NRA. I believe in the free enterprise system. I believe in giving young people the same opportunity that I had. The reason I'm running for Congress is because our government has been financing our standard of living on the backs of our children and grandchildren, and that has got to stop. We have run for the last 3 years over $1 trillion deficits in this country. This administration has added more to the national debt than all other administrations. The direction this country is going in cannot be sustained, and that's why I'm running for Congress. My spiritual values are very simple. I believe that you should do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility, that you always think of others as better than yourself. It is best not to just look after your own interests, but to look after the interests of others. I also believe that you should be a servant leader. I have learned how to be a servant leader. I'm not saying I've always been a servant leader. For years I was a drilling leader. And a servant leader is simply this. Again, it is best to look after the interests of others and not just look after yourself. And that's what I want to do for you in Washington. John Barrow voted for the stimulus package, which contributed to this debt. John Barrow also voted for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House. John Barrow voted against the repeal of Obamacare, which, if instituted, will break this country. I hope that law never, and if I have anything to do with it, that law will never see the light of day. That is why I'm running for the United States Congress. I ask you tonight to consider me as your next congressman from the 12th District and ask you to vote for me on July 31st. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.